Welcome back, comrades, to another exciting episode of the COVERT Historian, where history isn't boring, it's borderline hilarious. Today, we dive into the beard, the brain, and the brilliance of a man who changed the course of political thought forever, Karl Marx. Born in 1818 in Trier, Germany, Karl Marx was a philosopher, economist, and revolutionary socialist. His ideas led to the birth of Marxism and inspired countless revolutions. But behind that thick beard was also a man full of quirks, controversies, and yes, some comedy gold. Marx was terrible with money. He once wrote, "Being economical is not among my virtues." Despite writing Das Kapital, he never had much capital himself. He was constantly broke, often borrowing money from his friend and co-author Friedrich Engels. Basically the original bro, spot me situation. He lived in poverty in London, often with his entire family in a 2-room apartment. Yet he kept an entire room just for books. Marx earned a PhD in philosophy at just 23. His thesis? The difference between the Democritean and Epicurean philosophy of nature. Talk about light reading. Did you know he once worked as a journalist for the New York Daily Tribune? Yes, Marx was technically a New York Times guy before it was cool. This one's surprising. Marx was banned from several countries, including Germany, France, and Belgium. It's like being on a political world tour of do not enter signs. And now a fascinating fact. He was a chain smoker and often paid for cigarettes before rent or food. Marx had a massive beard, and some say he used it to hide ink stains from writing all day. You'd be surprised to know that despite being against capitalism, Marx's daughter Eleanor wore fashionable Victorian clothes and loved theatre. Marx wrote on labour and exploitation, yet relied on Engels' inheritance, which came from his father's textile business, run with exploited workers. Marx once said, "Religion is the opium of the people," but fun fact, he was raised in a Christian household and baptized at 6. He once challenged a political rival to a duel, not with guns, but with a satirical pamphlet war. Maybe the 19th century version of a rap battle. Marx spent over 20 years writing Das Kapital and still only completed Volume 1 in his lifetime. Strange but true. Marx was under surveillance by multiple governments. British spies called him a dangerous agitator who rarely bathes. Marx has fathered an illegitimate child with his maid, but the child was raised by Engels to protect Marx's reputation. His writing was so dense that even Lenin admitted he had to read Das Kapital multiple times to understand it. Guess what? He moved so many times. The Marx family didn't unpack boxes for years. They just lived around them. Marx was known to fall asleep at parties, even his own. In the British Museum reading room, where he wrote Das Kapital, Marx often napped under the desk, the original work from library guy. He often read Homer and Shakespeare for fun, even reciting lines dramatically to his kids before bedtime. Here's a poetic twist. Before philosophy, Marx wanted to be a poet. His early poems were filled with brooding, love, and existential drama. Spoiler, they were not good. In 2008, Karl Marx was voted the greatest philosopher of all time by a BBC poll, beating Plato and even Socrates. His look, wild hair and massive beard, became so iconic, he's been featured in everything from beer bottles to video games. Last but not least, in modern culture, Marx is almost a meme lord. From Reddit debates to TikTok satire, he's the philosopher who never dies, even if his jokes do. And that's a wrap on Karl Marx, the rebel, the thinker, the part-time poet, and full-time enigma. If you enjoyed peeling back the layers of this historical icon, don't forget to like and share the video and hit that bell icon for more fun dives into amazing facts from history. Only on the COVERT Historian.